that it can be a normal running of the house, as there are several other bills which are also listed in the parliament today. Back to you, Shivani.
Right, Anand, I'll request you to please do stay on with us. We are looking at a bill. The Lok Sabha, in fact, passed the Central Excise Bill 2025 that will levy heavy duties on tobacco products. Let's, in fact, take a look at what the bill, in fact, says. Now, this is what the Central Excise Amendment Bill 2025 looks like. The Central Excise Bill proposes new excise duty framework for tobacco products. Remember that this this new is increase in tariffs on the tobacco products. The bill raises duties on tobacco products in India to replace ending GST compensation cess effectively. So, the time frame for the implementation of the GST compensation cess on these tobacco products was actually ending, and hence the government had to bring in this new amendment bill, and through this bill they are trying to raise the duties on these products. Now, the Lok Sabha has passed the bill ensuring higher excise taxes on cigarettes and chewing tobacco immediately. Remember that this is a deterrent forward approach that the government has been adopting over the years. They increase the taxes, excise taxes on such sin products like cigarettes and chewing tobacco, and this will hence in fact act as a deterrent for people not to consume them. Now, the bill to maintain tax burden on tobacco after cess discontinuation is for public health benefits. Like we have been mentioning that this has been done for the benefit of the public health, so that people stop consuming such sin products. Now, excise duty on unmanufactured tobacco increases from 64 to 70% under the new 2025 tobacco legislation. So, a rise in 6% of excise duty in tobacco products. Now, cigarettes now face excise duties ranging from rupees 2,700 to rupees 11,000 per 1,000 sticks as per the approved Tobacco Bill 2025. So, that is a huge difference that we are seeing, and in fact, it will act as a deterrence going forward for these sin products. You can look at that range 2,700 to 11,000 per 1,000 sticks. The bill is targeting cigarettes, hookahs, tobacco, zarda and scented varieties to discourage consumption and boost revenue. So, if people actually buy this, the revenue will increase, and this is also, like we have been mentioning, to act as a deterrent. This will discourage people from consuming these products. The government also aims to prevent tobacco products from becoming cheaper post cess via the Central Excise Amendment protecting fiscal space efficiently. So, this is also another way to prevent the tobacco products from becoming cheaper after the post cess amendment bill. Now, chewing tobacco attracts rupees 100 per kg excise duty under the bill, replacing cess to keep overall tax incidence unchanged steadily. So, chewing tobacco will now attract rupees 100 per kg excise duty, and this legislation actually amends the 1944 Excise Act's 4th schedule for tobacco, ensuring shared revenue with states. So, now this will also, this amendment that is coming in, it will help ensure that there is shared revenue between the center and the state when we are implementing that excise tax. So, there you have it. That was what is the Central Excise Amendment Bill 2025. This has been passed by the Lok Sabha. I am going to go across to Anand Singh. Anand, the Lok Sabha has actually passed the cess amendment bill. Could you take us through the details of that, please?
Yes, Shivani, look, the way in which the Lok Sabha discussed the central excise amendment bill. So clearly, Nirmala Sitharaman, who had tabled this bill in the Lok Sabha, she clearly mentioned that how the taxes on the tobacco products or jardas or even the scented tobacco chewing products were on these products, the taxes were increased every year. So now the government aims to reduce the consumption of tobacco so that the health can be put into priority, and she clearly mentioned that how the money coming from these bills will help in giving to several of the other projects of the government and other schemes so that this money can be used that is levied on the tobacco products. So clearly she mentioned that the intention of the government is to reduce consumption of tobacco products and by the people over here, so that the amount that is generated from the people who are consuming these tobacco products, that can be used for health as well as for the national security portion. So clearly this amount will go into that part of the government funds that have been brought in under this Central Excise Amendment Act. So clearly the government was very categorical, as it clearly mentioned that how the GST compensation cess is going to expire, and thus the government has brought this Central Excise Amendment Bill to put the tobacco products and cigarettes, even cigars and hookahs into this category, and how much amount of tax should be collected so that its consumption can be reduced in the coming days. Back to you, Sivani.